Some media persons drawn from the two conflict-hit English-speaking regions of Cameroon have ended a two-day training workshop in Douala, organized by the hate speech mitigation organization known as Defy Hate Now. The Media for Peace Mentorship Workshop brought together the media men and women to brainstorm on some good and bad practices in the profession relating to conflict-sensitive reporting.
We should not be drivers of conflict. Some of these headlines, if it will breed further conflicts, I think that there are better ways of bringing the headlines or your captions so that they don't go to expand some existing conflicts or breed grounds for new conflicts.
If you are teaching in a peace institute, you must represent peace yourself. It's always difficult to differentiate the position from the person, but sometimes too, we should equally look at people based on who they are and not what they are.
If you don't call him out at that time and you leave people to feed on what he is giving at that particular time, I think the damage that would have in the long run would be more than the little damage you would do by calling him out.
I'm also of that school of thought that if we could have used his personality, who he is, it would have been more better, because when we use the structure, it also endangered the structure in one way or the other.
The outcome of that story is positive, and then they are using their credential to back it up. Definitely we can use it in the headline, but if it has a negative connotation, like in the story we are talking about, I would prefer it not be used in the headline. Probably you can do that in the body of the story.
For me, attaching the person's name and the position to reflect what actually the person said is on point, because we indirectly are trying to tell the person that this is who you are and we expect this to come from you and not the other way. I'm not sure that that office will permit a person of that caliber or the person of that status to say what he said, knowing fully well that his organization doesn't permit such language or such outbursts.
Holding simultaneously with the final training of the third cohort of the Africa Fact-Checking Fellowship, still another Defy Hate Now program, attendees were schooled by resource persons drawn from within and without the country. A social media hate speech mitigation field guide to be used as a tool for peace building by various stakeholders was presented to the media men and women. Simply put, it is a pack produced by Defy Hate Now comprised of several elements like games, a semi-internet box, booklets and other intellectual materials meant to facilitate the practice of journalism. Monday, February 15th to Friday, February 19th, 2021 was a very busy week for Defy Hate Now in Douala.
On Monday, we had the Peace Builder Maker Spaces, which is an idea which we hope that we should bring people together to think and contribute ideas to a community-led development program that we can bring in youths and the civil society to contribute to peace in the country. And on Wednesday, we had stakeholder meetings in which we met members of the civil society, journalists, we met pastors, we met human rights defenders. And the main goal was to make sure that we have their own view as to what Defy Hate Now is doing.
The principal engagement of the last 2 days was with the media, the main target of Defy Hate Now.
The media, because we believe that the media is the fourth arm of power. The media occupies a great role to not only mitigate conflict, but also it occupies a great role in trying to share ideas of what we do in this country. Media for Peace and AFF took place, and at the end of these 2 days, I'm certain of one thing, that the media efficiently and effectively can contribute to peace in Cameroon. As far as AFF is concerned, we've not only been looking at fact-checking information and verifying information online, but we've been looking at trying to see how best bloggers can correct information on Wikipedia. We know that Wikipedia is one of those sources, the open sources that people fall on first. And so much fake news and misinformation can be found there.
For at least 2 years now, several of such training workshops have been organized by Defy Hate Now for journalists drawn from several regions of the country. After pumping this much knowledge in the media practitioners to improve their capacities, we sought to know if the organization is satisfied with their output this far.
Expectations have been made. Yes, maybe not at 100%. but at 80% we've met these expectations. One, because we've seen people, young men and women, journalists with very high portfolios, change the way they report the news. The choice of words have changed. Journalists now go more for the facts. Journalists do not now stand on one position, but again, all habits die hard. We still have people who are very reticent to changing from this perspective. We're seeing people who are taught one thing and they do the opposite the next day. This gives us the impression that there is much work still to be done. We still need to engage journalists in different capacities as the days go by. And until the right thing is done, we are not going to relent our efforts.
And for those who just completed their Media for Peace mentorship training, they are expected
not to go back and sleep. They should not go back and think that we gave them the gospel truth. Which means we're challenging journalists more to move out of their comfort zones and go out there and look for better information. Get the right news and let peace reign in Cameroon, at least from a journalistic perspective.
In the various trainings, Eugene Fongwa has been the main facilitator alongside others like Paul Joel Kamchang of Data Cameroon and Abong Bebe Blaise. He too expressed satisfaction with the positive feedback he's been getting from the trainees.
The goal has been to have a crop of journalists in Cameroon who know that their work has an impact on society, especially on conflicts. As we come to the end, we are confident that we have a number of champions that can continue to contaminate their colleagues, so that we have a large body of journalists who are conscious of the impact of their work on society. When I hear the kinds of contributions that are coming from journalists, the kinds of questions that are raised, I'm very confident that we have not wasted any time. And now what we are watching to see is how their reporting also changes.
In under 8 months or so, DeFi Head Now shall be ending and probably reviewing its engagement with funders and partners. Prior to this, the organization shall continue harnessing efforts through such trainings with the goal of ending the Anglophone crisis sooner than later.